Every day, companies move millions of products between warehouses. But how do they decide what to ship, where to ship it, and exactly when? The answer is Distribution Requirements Planning, or DRP. In this video, you'll learn exactly how DRP works, its step-by-step process, key decisions, benefits, challenges, and how it differs from Material Requirements Planning, MRP. Let's begin with the basic concept. What is Distribution Requirements Planning, DRP? Distribution Requirements Planning, commonly known as DRP, is a time-phase inventory planning method used to determine when, where, and how much inventory should be replenished across a distribution network. Unlike MRP, which plans the flow of raw materials and components into manufacturing, DRP plans the flow of finished goods through warehouses and distribution centers to meet customer demand. Its primary objective is simple: ensure the right quantity of finished goods is available at the right distribution location at the right time, while minimizing inventory and transportation costs. In other words, MRP answers, what material should the factory buy or produce? DRP answers, which warehouse should receive inventory, how much, and when? Why do companies need DRP? Let's understand this with an example. Suppose a beverage company manufactures soft drinks in one plant. It supplies products to New York Distribution Center, Los Angeles Distribution Center, San Francisco Distribution Center, Chicago Distribution Center. Customer demand is different in every city. New York may require 15,000 cases next week. Los Angeles may require only 8,000. San Francisco may experience a sudden spike due to a festival. Without a structured planning system, companies often face two costly problems. One warehouse carries excessive inventory, increasing storage and working capital costs. Another warehouse runs out of stock, leading to lost sales and dissatisfied customers. DRP helps solve this imbalance by converting future demand into planned replenishment orders for each distribution location. Step-by-step DRP process. Let's now understand how DRP actually works using a practical example. Imagine a beverage company has one central distribution center, or CDC, that supplies products to 3 regional distribution centers: North DC, South DC, East DC. Every Monday, the DRP process begins. Step 1. Forecast customer demand. The first step is estimating future demand for each warehouse. Suppose the forecast for next week is North DC, 600 cases, South DC, 400 cases, East DC, 800 cases. These forecasts may come from historical sales, seasonality, marketing promotions, or statistical forecasting models. Remember, DRP is only as good as the demand forecast it receives. Step 2. Review current inventory position. Next, the planner checks the inventory available at each warehouse. For example, North DC has 700 cases. South DC has 500 cases. East DC has 900 cases. The system also checks inventory already in transit and any scheduled receipts. This gives the projected inventory available before new replenishment decisions are made. Step 3. Compare inventory against safety stock. Now the DRP system projects inventory after expected customer demand. Let's focus on the East DC. Current inventory, 900 cases. Forecast demand, 800 cases. Projected ending inventory, 100 cases. However, the company's safety stock policy requires every regional warehouse to maintain at least 300 cases. Since the projected inventory of 100 cases is below the required safety stock, the system identifies that replenishment is necessary. This is one of the most important calculations in DRP. Instead of reacting after inventory runs out, DRP predicts the shortage in advance. Step 4. Generate planned replenishment orders. Now the system decides exactly how much inventory should be shipped. Suppose transportation from the central distribution center to the East DC takes 5 days. If the inventory is expected to reach the safety stock limit next Monday, the replenishment must leave the central warehouse 5 days earlier. The system may recommend shipping 1,000 cases today. Notice that DRP is answering 4 critical questions simultaneously. Which warehouse needs inventory? How much should be shipped? When should it be dispatched? When should it arrive? These recommendations are generated automatically based on demand, inventory, safety stock, and transportation lead time. Step 5. Consolidate distribution requirements. The same calculations are performed for every warehouse in the network. Suppose the replenishment requirements are North DC, 500 cases, South DC, 300 cases, East DC, 1,000 cases. The central distribution center now knows it must dispatch a total of 1,800 cases during this planning cycle. This consolidated view helps planners schedule warehouse operations, transportation capacity, and inventory availability much more efficiently. Step 6. Trigger upstream planning. Now comes the final step. Suppose the central distribution center has only 1,200 cases available. but the total requirement from all regional warehouses is 1,800 cases. There's a shortage of 600 cases. This information is passed to the manufacturing team. Production planning updates the master production schedule, MPS, to manufacture the additional 600 cases. The MPS then drives material requirements planning, MRP, which calculates the raw materials, packaging materials, and production capacity needed. This is why DRP is considered an extension of the planning hierarchy. Customer demand generates warehouse replenishment. Warehouse replenishment generates production requirements. And production requirements generate procurement requirements. The entire supply chain becomes synchronized, from the customer all the way back to the supplier. What decisions does DRP help companies make? Every DRP cycle supports several operational decisions. For example, which warehouse needs replenishment? How much inventory should be shipped? When should inventory be dispatched? Which source warehouse should fulfill the requirement? Will transportation capacity be sufficient? Do we need full truckload or less than truckload shipments? Can multiple orders be consolidated to reduce freight cost? Should inventory be repositioned between warehouses instead of producing more? These decisions directly affect customer service, logistics cost, and inventory investment. Benefits of DRP. When implemented effectively, DRP provides several advantages. It improves product availability across the distribution network. It reduces stockouts. It lowers excess inventory by distributing inventory where it is actually needed. It improves transportation planning through scheduled replenishment. It supports better warehouse capacity planning. It increases inventory visibility across multiple locations. It also helps improve working capital by reducing unnecessary inventory investment. Most importantly, DRP enables organizations to balance customer service and inventory cost across an entire distribution network rather than optimizing individual warehouses in isolation. Challenges of DRP. Despite its advantages, DRP is not without challenges. First, inaccurate demand forecasts lead directly to poor replenishment decisions. Second, unreliable transportation lead times can disrupt planned replenishment schedules. Third, poor inventory data reduces planning accuracy. Fourth, sudden demand spikes may require planners to override system recommendations. Finally, DRP performs best when supported by accurate master data, disciplined inventory management, and integrated ERP systems. Like most planning systems, DRP is only as effective as the quality of the data it receives. DRP versus MRP. A common interview question is, what is the difference between DRP and MRP? Here's an easy way to remember it. MRP focuses on raw materials. DRP focuses on finished goods. MRP plans inventory moving into manufacturing. DRP plans inventory moving through the distribution network. MRP generates purchase orders and production orders. DRP generates replenishment orders between warehouses. Together, these planning systems ensure that products flow efficiently from suppliers to factories and finally to customers. Conclusion. To summarize, distribution requirements planning is a time-phase planning system that helps organizations determine what inventory should be shipped, where it should go, when it should arrive, and how much is required at each distribution location. By connecting customer demand with warehouse replenishment and upstream production planning, DRP plays a critical role in creating responsive, cost-efficient, and customer-focused supply chains. If you found this video valuable, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Join our membership. You will get to break down supply chain problems and their database solutions with real-world frameworks every week. Till then, keep optimizing. Thanks for watching.